Hi, it's Dawn from Ninja Bunny Crochet. Today I have for us a yarn review and comparison of 3 bulky 5 yarns. This is Barcelona Big by Michaels, Premier Puzzle, and Red Heart Gemstone. All 3 of these are 100% acrylic yarns. They all are similar, but yet a little bit different. So let's drop the camera down and take a little bit closer look at each one of these yarns and how they crochet up. The first yarn I'd like to look at is Red Heart Gemstone. This yarn is available in 18 colors. It comes in a 7-ounce skein, 20 grams, or 312 yards. It is classified as a bulky 5, which I do agree with on that. As you can see, it is a thicker yarn. The recommended hook size is a K hook, or 6.5 millimeters, or if you go by the numeric numbers, it would be a 10.5 size hook. The washing instructions is machine wash, cold, gentle cycle, tumble dry, low, do not iron, do not bleach. This yarn it's soft and it's squishy, so you could definitely use this for baby blankets and other types of items like wearables and stuff. You could definitely use it for sweaters and things like that, because it is definitely a soft yarn. It's not itchy or anything like that. It's got these two-toned strands that are twisted together to form the yarn, and it comes out in this like tweed-like color, which I think works out really nice. I just think it's fabulous. So I really do like this yarn. I have a couple of projects on my channel where I do use gemstone yarn, and when you look at the swatch when it's worked up, you can see it's got this sheen to it when you look at it in the light, which I think just makes it really pop. It makes the stitches pop, and it just gives your projects just that extra little pop to it. I think this got good stitch definition. I found it very easy to work with. It frogs out very easy. If you make a mistake, very easy to frog out. You can pull it out rather quickly, and it crochets up really easily. Just glides on your hook. No worries about that at all. As you can see, it's just very smooth. No issues whatsoever. So definitely a nice yarn. Now the price, it's probably the more expensive of the 3 yarns that I'm reviewing today. On Yarn Inspiration's website, it runs $8.99. Also the same price on Hirschner's. Joann's, you can get it for $7.99. I would definitely buy gemstone yarn again. I do wait for when it goes on sale though, because I do feel it's a little bit on the pricey side. So that is gemstone yarn. So let's move on to puzzle yarn next. Next yarn we're going to talk about is Premier Puzzle. This yarn again is classified as a bulky 5. It is 100% acrylic. The yarn comes in 22 different colors. It is 328 yards per skein, or 300 meters, 7 ounces, 20 grams. The recommended hook size is a 6 millimeter or J US 10 hook size. This yarn is really soft and squishy. I love this yarn. I love the tweed, like it has, just like the gemstone, you've got that tweed effect in there. You've got the 2 or 3 different colors going on that gives you a really nice play with your colors. It's definitely a bulky 5, as you can see here. It's definitely thicker yarn. Your stitch definition is really nice with this yarn. You get some nice thick fabric with it. When you're using the recommended hook size, you can clearly see each one of your stitches. I had no problems crocheting with this. You don't have the sheen on it like you do with the Gemstone yarn. Again, I do have at least one project on my channel made out of puzzle yarn. This is another one of my favorites. What I also like about this yarn is this right here. This tested and approved against 350 plus harmful substances. This standard 100, I am going to let you all decide how to pronounce that word right there. However, I like that because this gives you confidence that you can use this for baby items and you don't have to worry about whether or not there's anything harmful in this yarn that could potentially lead to some type of an allergy or make the baby sick because of any kind of harmful chemicals or whatever used in the processing of the yarn. So that I like. Most of Premier Yarns, I believe, does have that standard. So that's one of the reasons why I like Premier Yarns. Again, I love the stitch definition on it. It's super, super nice. It frogs really easily. Don't have any type of pulling or anything on it. It just pulls right out. And just grab my hook here, and it's just so nice to crochet with it. No snagging, I haven't had any splitting or anything with this yarn. You can just zip right along with it, just like this. So no challenges or anything with that. So price. Let's talk price, because we always want to make sure we're getting a good value. On the Premier website, this yarn runs at, I believe it was $7.99 for puzzle yarn. If you go to Hirschner's, depending on the color, Hirschner's has some of the colors you can get for $3.99. I think some of the colors may be going on like a discount or being discontinued, so you can get them at a lower price. But most of them are $7.99. They do have a special 3-pack for the majority of the colors where you can get a special price of $19.97 for 3 of the same color. So it saves you $4 if you're making a large project like a blanket or something. You can get a little bit of a discount if you order the yarn through Hirschner's. Michaels has this Premier puzzle yarn on their website, I saw, but they only have it online only. It did not say whether or not you could purchase this yarn in the store. Did not see it on Joann's, and limitedly I have seen Premier puzzle yarn at Walmart's, ranging anywhere from $6.99, $6.50, somewhere around in that price range, up to the normal $7.99. Oh, sorry, Michaels is selling this yarn for $8.49 a skein. So that is Premier puzzle yarn. Let's move on to Barcelona. So here is Barcelona Big. Now, I saw this in Michaels. I don't usually go shopping at Michaels too often, but every once in a while I do go, and I found this yarn and I got pretty excited because it kind of looks like puzzle yarn. You've got that multicolored and it's got the tweed pattern in it, but the big difference I noticed is that this is super, super soft and squishy. So it's a lot softer than puzzle yarn, and it comes in a much bigger skein. 410 yards, 8.8 ounces, 375 meters, 250 grams. And this is, again, classified as a bulky 5, same recommended hook size, 6 millimeter, US J size 10. So that's all the same on this yarn. But like I said, it's much squishier and softer, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. So I was kind of excited to get this yarn home to do a review on it and to crochet with it. Now when I pulled it out, I got yarn barf. Not a big deal. A lot of bigger balls of yarn, even some of the smaller ones, you get yarn barf, so that's not a deal breaker for me at all. We got some nice stitch definition. You could definitely clearly see your stitches and stuff. But what I did notice, because it's softer than the puzzle yarn, we have a little more gaps between our stitches. Now it could be a little bit of my tension. Maybe my tension's a little bit tighter than what they would recommend for this yarn. But if you were doing something like a shawl or like a summer sweater or something, that wouldn't be an issue. If you were going to do something more towards the fall or a blanket, I would recommend that you would drop down a hook size. You would probably want to do a swatch to see how your pattern would look, whatever pattern is that you're using. Work up a little swatch in the hook size and see how it looks, and see whether or not you like the way your stitch work is coming out before you decide to get your, half your project done and say, I really don't like the way that looks. But overall, it's a nice yarn. I think it's nice and soft. I would definitely want to use this yarn for a project. I think it would make a really nice fall shawl or a scarf and hat set, or even maybe a nice sweater, even a blanket. Definitely nice yarn. I'm looking forward to actually making a project with this yarn. I thought it's a little bit fuzzier than the puzzle yarn, so I was wondering maybe you would have a little bit of snagging when you frog it. Let's see. Nope, not really. Nope. No snagging when you frog it. So that's really good too, because in case you make a mistake, it's always, really a pain when your yarn snags on you when you have to frog it. It gets frustrating. So it's nice to have a yarn that doesn't snag. We all know Unforgettable tends to snag a lot, and that can be very frustrating. Though Unforgettable, nothing against the Unforgettable, it's a gorgeous yarn and I love using it too. It can be a little frustrating when it snags. So definitely a nice yarn. I'll definitely consider buying this again. Even though it's on the Michaels, this yarn out of the 3 is the most expensive. It's $9.99. However, when you put together the fact that it's 410 yards, overall it's the most economical because you get more yarn, so you're paying less money per yard for your yarn. So if you were to make a blanket out of this, you're getting more yardage. So with that being said, it is more economical because you're getting more yarn for your money. So there we have it. That is all 3 of the yarns. Let's put them all together and take one more look at those swatches. So here we have all 3 of our yarns in this review side by side with the swatches. First we have the Gemstone, and then the Premier puzzle, and Barcelona by Loops and Threads. So if you've liked this review, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that bell so you won't miss any of my reviews or tutorials. Thanks for watching, and happy crocheting! Bye-bye!